You are watching the ACC Digital Network, presented by Ruby Tuesday. The final in Atlanta, Georgia Tech 38 and Wofford 19 with James Bates, West Durham. You know, there are a lot of variables in the new ACC season for 2014, and one of them is some of these new faces at quarterback. Today we saw redshirt sophomore for Georgia Tech, Justin Thomas, put on a show.
Well, and everybody was anxiously awaiting. Okay, here's our new guy. And we heard all season, off season too, that this is a guy that believes in this offense. This is a guy that is going to run this offense.
Yep.
And when you talk about run, you know he's fast. You know, he was on his way to play defensive back at Alabama for Nick Saban, and we all heard about how fast he was. But what I was impressed with the most was his arm. And once he started calming down a little bit, these throws in the second half especially, and to end the game, it really showed that he can throw the football and has a quick zip, a great release on that ball too.
Well, we look at some of these highlights from Thomas, and Georgia Tech got off to a fast start. They scored on their opening drive, but he makes plays both ways, doesn't he?
He does, and he's fun to watch run, and I thought he'd be a bit more of a choppy step guy, but he's a strider, takes these big long strides. He's not as tall as Colin Kaepernick, but it's a guy that comes to mind with those big long strides and covers a lot of ground. And he seemed to be very calm and poised, especially in the second half, and seemed to lead this team. A quiet guy, but he leads by example. You got to be a great leader to be a great quarterback, and this was a good start. I think a very good start for Justin Thomas.
No question, 282 yards of passing for Justin Thomas. He stands by with Hans Heiser.
Well, what are your thoughts? I can tell you one thing. Watching the game with Joe Hamilton on the sidelines, he was giving you high praise.
Yeah, you know, I talk to Joe Ham every time we walk by. You know, he's a positive guy, great mentor, and just, you know, out there today, I mean, I think we did pretty good, but we still got a lot to work on. You know, first half we struggled a little bit. In the second half we came out and did what we were supposed to do.
Yeah, going back again in the scrimmage, 60 minutes and no turnovers, more of that today. I'm sure Coach Johnson will be happy about that.
Yeah, you know, that's a positive. So, you know, games like this, we got to try to take as most positive as we can and move forward with it.
Did they somewhat lull you guys to sleep a little bit offensively? I know you guys are so used to getting back on the field, controlling the clock. Seemed like they gave you a taste of your own medicine a little bit today.
Yeah, they did. You know, second drive, I think we only had 2 drives in the first quarter, something like that. So, you know, games like this, we got to make sure we stay prepared no matter what, because you never know when they're coming.
Well, 1-0. Now you guys got to get ready a couple weeks for Georgia Southern, who, by the way, is winning at NC State right now. So you never know. Justin, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Congratulations.
All right, Hans, thank you. Thanks to Justin Thomas. Georgia Tech a winner, 38-19. You've been watching the ACC Digital Network, presented by Ruby Tuesday.